welcome to Marrakech in Morocco. Today we are going on a little adventure to North Africa, where as soon as you step foot on land, you are immersed in the vibrance of this crazy city. From the sights to the sounds, the colours and the smells, this was a land like no other, completely foreign to everywhere else I had ever been, but it is one I will never forget. So here are my highlights. For our first day of activities, Casey and I were picked up early in the morning by a tour group and taken out into the desert for a camel trek. There were about 16 of us in the group, each on our own camels, led by a group of local people from Marrakech who were such friendly and welcoming people. They spoke a good amount of English and were just hilarious, and they gave us such a good experience while we were trekking across the desert. Now, I don't know if many of you have ever seen a camel in real life, but these camels were tall and we were very surprised when we first saw them, hopped on and then stood up. We felt like we were towering over the desert, but it was a very relaxing ride. The camels were very sweet, very placid, they were very calm, and we all walked along in this big line out into the middle of nowhere. The sun was beaming down and it was just the perfect experience of what I had imagined a camel ride would be like. By lunchtime we had arrived at a local village where we were very honoured to have lunch prepared for us by the people who live there. We had Moroccan pancakes and the most delicious tagine I've ever had. How lucky are we? Now, in complete contrast to the desert where it is dry, barren and there's nobody there, Marrakech city itself is screaming with life. Colour, sounds, horses, shops, it is complete mayhem, but in the most exciting way. You could spend hours looking here in the old city, which they call the Medina. You could get lost, but it was just amazing and a completely new experience. Navigating through this part of the city was a little bit tricky as there weren't really any rules, as you can see, but you knew you were getting closer to the Medina when all you could hear was the snake charmers and their music. I wish you could hear it, but it hasn't come up very well on my GoPro, so I'm sorry about that. Among other things, Marrakech is famous for its pottery, and this is very evident as soon as you walk into the markets in the Medina. Stall after stall, you are surrounded by bowls and plates, tagines, all types of kitchenware in the most beautiful colours and very well made. If you're looking to update your kitchenware, definitely bring another suitcase with you, as this is the place to come. Unfortunately, I only had carry-on luggage, so I couldn't take anything with me. Now, my favourite stalls were the lantern stalls. Made from metal and silver and gold and stained glass, the detail is amazing, but during the day they don't look like much. However, when night falls, they are truly something magical. As you head deeper into the Medina, the alleyways become busier and narrower, with cars and scooters, sometimes even donkeys walking past. Make sure you have Google Maps on hand, as after a while all of these shops begin to look the same. Left and right, each way you turn, it's market after market, so it can be quite tricky to know where you're going. Unfortunately, this is all the footage I have of the Medina, as I was told off by a few men for filming. They said, "Don't put me on Facebook." So out of respect and to avoid confrontation, I decided to put my camera away. I did, however, have many opportunities to take some photos on my phone. Marrakech is beautiful, and I had to share it on Instagram. Now coming back out onto the street, our next stop was a shop called Ensemble Artisanal, which I am probably pronouncing incredibly wrong. I think it's written in French, but that is how I would say it in my New Zealand accent. And this shop was a marketplace type shop, which was more catered for tourists, as it has a relaxed feel, set prices, and there is no bartering. Now this is where we finally found Marrakech's famous tile work. And this was what I had been looking for, something I had been hoping for, and it certainly lived up to my expectations. Wall to wall and up onto the ceiling, it was tiled, engraved and carved, and it was one big giant artwork that you could look at for so long, and each time you would see something new and beautiful. Set in an open air, rooftop type shopping mall, this was certainly a breath of fresh air after being in the 30-degree closed in spaces of the Medina. These shops are certainly the right place to come to if you're looking for your finer pieces of clothing, scarves, leather handbags, leather shoes, cushion covers, jewellery. They have it all, and it's all in this one place in a very relaxed feel. So if you need a break from the city, certainly come here, because as you can see by my face, I was very excited about what we found. Everything in Marrakech has detail to a whole nother level. Even the doorways are pieces of art, and each way you look, I'm sure you will find something incredible to look at and take photos of. So that's all of the highlights I have for you from my trip to Marrakech. If you ever get the chance to travel here, I really recommend it, as it's an unforgettable place and I'm sure you will love it. Casey and I are incredibly lucky to have been here, and I can't wait to see where we go next. Thanks for watching. Bye!